introduce ourselves. Hello, I'm Clayton,
And I'm Mitchell.
and we did our ratio worksheet analysis on Ferrari and Porsche, and those are cars.
They go fast,
Yep,
cost a lot of money,
yep.
and I will never be able to afford one. So we like to talk about them. So analyzing what stock we want to invest in, first we looked at the DuPont method. So the DuPont ratio isn't a ratio in and of itself, but it is a collection of different ratios, including the profit margin, total asset turnover, the equity multiplier, and return on equity. So we're going to be looking at those couple ratios along with a couple additional ones. So I'll go ahead and start with the current ratio. And Ferrari's current ratio is 1.93 compared to Porsche's of 1.06. And this is basically an analysis of how well a company can meet their short-term obligations. So the higher the number, the better. And as you can see here, Ferrari's is higher. So any change in the market, so Ferrari can handle more short-term adversity. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so then the quick ratio, which is also how well a company can meet short-term obligations. Ferrari's is 1.62 compared to Porsche's 0.74. So again, Ferrari is the better choice for investments as far as meeting short-term obligations is concerned.
So another one we're looking at is return on assets. So Ferrari's return on asset is 16.17 compared to Porsche's of negative 20.01. So this is how effective they can convert money that's been invested into their company into revenue, like into an income. So obviously here it's day and night. Ferrari's is almost 20 in the positive, whereas Porsche's is a hard 20 in the negative. So that's an obvious choice for going with Ferrari.
True. So return on equity, and equity being the value of shares. Ferrari's is 58.18% compared to Porsche's negative 28.79%. So again, obviously Ferrari is the better choice for return on their equity.
So for profit margin, this is just how well a company can increase their revenue and cut their costs and really break away from it. So Ferrari's sitting at a pretty 22.94, where Porsche's sitting at a negative 44.73. So we're noticing a trend here. A lot of Porsche's ratios are in the negative, and that's because they closed this past year with a loss. They actually didn't make a profit. So not looking too hot for Porsche at this point.
Nope. So total asset turnover, Ferrari's total asset turnover was 0.70 compared to Porsche's 0.45, meaning that Ferrari is making better use of their assets and using their assets more to create more revenue than Porsche is able to do with their assets.
So another part of the DuPont's equity multiplier. So basically this is the higher the equity multiplier, the higher the financial leverage, which means the more debt that these companies are in. So Ferrari's sitting at a 3.59, which isn't terrible. They might be able to take on a little more debt just to have more money on hand. But Porsche's at 143.87, which is just through the roof. That is way too much debt compared to what they're bringing in. So that is not a good sign of the well-being of that company.
Don't buy a Porsche.
Got anything else? All right. Well, obviously, we're going to invest in Ferrari. Porsches, as much as we like Porsche, they're not a good financial investment option. So to close this out, stay formal, live to party.
No.